Hey, Kapper here. Yeah, look at this. What is this? This strange thing called a blue sky. Gosh, it feels good to get outside. It's March 22nd, and I'm finally going to get outside. I know you guys all feel the same way, especially you guys up in the Northeast. But anyways, just got a text from Clark. I'm not sure if I bought it or he did yet. We bought a professional tree planter from an auction over in Kentucky. I told him the max I would pay is $400, and I'm hoping he got it for less, but that's going to be another valuable tool for us to plant trees on our own in the future. But I'm headed over to Project 211 to finally get those red gates hung. I mean, my kids are coming up for shed hunting, and we're hoping we could find some, and hopefully the place hasn't been pilfered by trespassers. You know, I wanted to get them gates up sooner, but it just didn't happen. So a crappy spring it's been. Speaking of spring, I did get spoiled last spring. Let's take a look here at what we were doing last February and last March compared to right now, March 22nd, where we've done zero groundwork. All right, here we go. Let me show you what we got here on Fangorn Forest. Welcome to the Lord of the Rings edition. So the Bobcat took out this first row of oryx. All right, beautiful day. Finally, February 27th. I'm creating a new fence line. The same farmer was farming our new property. All right, back in the tractor, man, it's windy out there, but this is exactly why it's hard to find an affordable piece of property where this stuff is done, where you got a beautiful road system, some food plots, some watering holes. All right, so I just grabbed a load of lumber from Menards. It's all treated because they had their 11% off. Whenever they have that, you know, I'll grab $100 worth of lumber, 150, all treated stuff. This is going to be mostly for my targets and my shooting ranges, but it's all, oh, I hate that, those robot calls. We've been getting them, and I'm on the federal do not call list, but I just hate it. Go somewhere else with that garbage. People trying to call people who don't want you to call them. Anyways, I digress. Got a new batch of treated lumber, and we are headed over to Project 211. All right, here we are at Project 211. Hopefully I'll have it all buttoned up here in about an hour. I got to hang a little bit of barbed wire across here, get the gates up, close them up, and then it will be definitely closed from vehicles. Beautiful day, finally. Thank goodness. Okay, and here's the water. You could tell I got some new flags here. I called the Illinois version of Digger's Hotline. There's another one there. This Saturday, if the weather holds up, we're gonna put a new water line in. We're gonna run it straight down, straight across, around to that fence line there. And my friend Casey the plumber is gonna put a new frost-free hydrant in up there. We're gonna run 150 feet of line and a brand new hydrant, hopefully. Okay, so I'm starting on the higher end. I marked the base, and I'm running the string level across what appears to be the lower end, but it's really not much lower. I got my bubble level. Speaking of which, Iron Mike, I think this is yours from last year. It's a smidge off. I got to drop it just a hair. But here's how we're starting. Okay, the first hole is drilled. I'm using a 7/8 inch foot long drill bit. I bumped it up about another 1.5 inches just to be safe, because I'll probably bring some more gravel in here, fix this road up a little, so bumped it up just a little bit. All right, these gates can be a little challenging when you're on your own, but I've learned over the years some easier ways of doing them, so I get that because to do them properly, you want that bottom hinge facing up and this top one facing down. So it's much harder to basically lift it off. You can't just lift the gate off. So what you got to do is take and measure your two lengths here, right here and there. They're about even this way. Then prop it up on that end and just take this whole hinge piece off, and now just tap it in with a hammer, and it's much easier to do this by yourself. Doing it this way, I've tried it where I'd have this all connected to the gate, and I'd have this 10-inch bolt to try and thread through there while holding the gate up. Yeah, that don't work here. So now I just need to prop that gate up, put another little rock or something under there to push this ahead, put that bolt in, and that's how you do it with just one person. Okay, so I added a little more prop under there. I slid it in to get it a little higher, and now the hinge is where I need it. Put the bolt on, bam. You don't break your back. I mean, yeah, it's easier with two people, but that's how you do it with one. And I see I put this hinge just a little bit lower than what I wanted, but it looks like I still got plenty of space here to snug that up. And then you adjust your hinges in and out. If you remember, I told you this is why I get the heavy duty ones, because they have these adjustable bolts. You level it across and bam, you're done. Okay, I made a mistake here and I didn't have this one at least hand tight. So when I swung that gate around, it went poof, and it pulled this bolt out. So luckily I was able to get it back in. That's what you don't want to do. So now you adjust these two, level your gate. I put them just a little bit above level to anticipate some sag. And there you go. Okay, now it's hanging on its own. Those are both still pretty loose, but you just come over, you check your level, and right where it's at is quite good, but I'll probably lift it. That's actually just above level where it's at. That's perfect. This is usually the hard part, getting the two lower bolts lined up pretty well. So at least for us non-carpenters. So I got the string level. I need to tweak it just a little bit, but this will put me in the ballpark. Really. Come on. Okay, so for the sake of uniformity, that gate here, if you remember, I put this top one just a little too low, but it worked out just fine over there, so I'm going to keep this one the same height. So I basically just measured from the center of the hole to the center of the hole here. And cross my fingers, if I did it all right, this baby will look beautiful. All right, man, I hate to even show this part. I did so good all the way to the last one, but I didn't pay close enough attention to level this way. So the good news is I have room to come up, so I'm gonna punch another hole just on top of that one, try and make it look a little better. It is what it is. I mean, I could leave it, but I hate leaving it look like that, so punching a new hole. Okay, much better. I used the level on that one to help me get started. It'll be fine because the weight is being distributed and most of the weight is being held on the bottom one, so much better. You know, in the future, no one will ever know unless you physically walk up and inspect it up close. Okay, in case you've never done one of these or you don't know, they have these security tabs on them, okay? So, and that's why I take this off. It makes it 1,000 times easier, but you'll see that this can only go on one way. So it won't go on like this or like this. This is so that people can't take it off so easily. So it only goes on one way, just like that, and then now it'll stay. And the bottom one is the exact same way. The bottom one has that tab, and I'll show you where that goes. So your bottom rung of the gate here, right here to the left, that's where that tab has to go to get it lined up and seated right. That's why these are a pain unless you kind of have a little bit of a experience or somebody shows you how to do it. So let's try and get this last one on. I'll try to show you how I do it by myself. Okay, so you'll see this tab right here is facing the left, and it has to go in this way. So I am gonna set the gate on, the lower hinge, if you will, and then I'm gonna set the top one on by leveling this. So let's see how it goes. Okay, let's see if this hobbled up guy can do this. This is about the easiest way I figured out. So first I have to line it up with the bottom. Okay, that bottom one is on. Now this top one, I just need to prop it up down here to force it into that flange there, or that horseshoe. Okay, I need just a little bit more. Let me show you what I mean by just a little more. You see, I haven't strained too much just yet, so it's in where I could put this bolt on, but I like it seated all the way to the back. So it's a firmer seat in there, so I just have to jack that up tiny bit more and we'll be in business. Okay, perfect. Just line it up straight this way, put your bolt in here. This time I remember to hand tighten this one all the way over here so it don't come out on me. Then you just level it and a piece of cake. So, you know, if I could do it with a messed up back and hips and that, you guys can do it on your own. It just takes a little practice. So, yes, very close to having it buttoned up. Okay, so you see how this one is very unlevel. I had to pull this gate back that way so they come together. I still might not have enough room. I might have to pull those, but that's why you got these adjustable bolts. So I just want to show you how these things work. So I got this inside one here loosened. All right, and as I crank the outside one, it's pulling this gate up. But like I said, I may have to pull some back from that side this direction, but that's why I got these adjustable gates. You have like probably 6, 7, 8 inches of play. So I'll snug this one, I'll level this, I'll snug this, and then I'll go to that side and finish it off, and then we'll be done here, baby. A new day on project 211. Close shop. Okay, so you could see I could leave these this way if I want, but I don't want them this way. I want them like this, basically all the way closed. So I just need to adjust these a little more. See if my microphone will reach. So, sorry, you probably didn't hear that. All I gotta do is tighten this one and watch the gap open up in the center there. As I tighten this bolt, it's gonna bring this gate closer into the post. Okay, and then the same with the bottom one. Okay, there you have it. I'm really not going to tweak it much more than that. This is exactly what I wanted. Okay, you see they don't really touch. And you can see they're pretty darn level. I could tweak them a tiny bit more, but this is definitely sufficient. So, you know, little stuff like this that you can do on your own. I have no idea how much a landscaping company or a contractor would charge for this. You know, because there's multiple steps. You got to set them posts and let them cure, set them properly, and then the gate portion. But the more of these things you could try to do on your own and learn, the better your investment will be in your property. So I got to put the drone up here and get some shots of the very last tree planting sections. I got them all marked out finally. It ballooned into 85 acres of tree planting, but you got to hear the whole story on it. So for now, we're closed up, baby. Hopefully I got that padlock in the truck and we're ready to roll. And the tip of the day for you guys and gals, if you're looking at buying land, this is in my truck. I've learned this the hard way. I buy extra tools. I mean, it's a little bit on the cost. You don't have to buy a super fancy one. This is a Rural King 105 piece, but it's got all of the basic tools that you'll need. So like a project like I just did, I didn't have to pack any tools. I didn't have to do anything because I have a basic tool set here. And then I have a pipe wrench and hammer and bigger stuff back here. Do yourself a favor, spend $100 extra, 120 for a full set, and keep straps in here and chains, and you will thank yourself later on. I guarantee you that 100%. There we go, completely buttoned up. Got some barbed wire on the left side. Got the gate all done, chain and lock, totally ready to roll. Stay tuned, we'll be starting to mow soon and get ready for the tree planting. Right, the new drone up and running, baby.